This though, speaking of no lowballers, I know what I got. 1995 Toyota pickup, 4x4, 22R, 105 speed. It's up in Ackworth. All of them. There we go. Right answer. Yeah, this is near me, but like I can't say that I give a shit. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like that's really, really amazing. I'll give you $4,000 for it. You know? It's like at the end of the day, it's like it's a 4-cylinder, single cab truck. Right? Like there's only so much I could even do with this if I really even wanted to. Next time I get a truck, it's gonna be something that can tow like at least 5,000 pounds. I'm not getting another truck ever unless it's like, yeah, can tow like a car with a trailer on it. That's my requirement. LS 460L, 124K, 100 no accidents loaded, $9,200 in Brookhaven. Engine is bulletproof, has no leaks. Transmission is A1. All other mechanics are perfect as well. Every single option for this executive level car. So this is $9,200 in Brookhaven. Yeah, it's black inside, black outside. It's got all the options. I will give it that. Because it's long wheelbase. That was an option. It's got the executive rear seat package, I can tell. That's an option. It's got the air suspension. That's an option. It's got the semi-anlin leather package. Yep, you can tell from little rear vents. Yep. Yeah, I know it had Mark Levinson. This is loaded. But I don't like black interiors, I don't like black exteriors. Yeah. Yeah, will it tow a car for a little while? I mean, I know that it will. I mean, I'm sure that it will. I think the tow rating on those was like 3,500 pounds probably, if I had to guess. Because my dad has a 3rd Gen 4Runner, which is basically this exact vehicle. My dad has a 3rd Gen 4Runner, and it's a V6, and it's rated for 5,000. And I have towed a car with that. Like you can tow a car with that 4Runner. It would be nice to have like a full, like a half ton with a V8. So we got 2 Elantes today. There's 2 Elantes on Craigslist today, which, I mean, the thing is, these are the kind of vehicles that are kind of perpetually for sale because anybody who has one thinks that it's worth more than it's worth. Like, this was very much like one of those cars that, like, the whole premise of it was that it was supposed to be worth money, but there was really nothing about it that like backed that up. That bitch will tow a F-150. You know what? I'm sure that it would tow an F-150 for a distance. Yes, yeah, right. Yeah, for a quarter mile. Yes, it would tow an F-150 for a distance. But yeah, no, dude, 93 Cadillac for 10K. Let me show you the other Elante that was on here today. This is gonna make the 10K look like a deal. Yeah, this is the pristine one, and this one's in Florida, and it's 15 grand. I was actually last week. I was in South Florida for work, and the hotel I was staying at was across the street from a Cadillac dealership, and of course, the Cadillac dealership had a white Elante sitting in the back lot. But yeah, so this one is dude. Man, it's just a Buick LeSabre chassis. That's all the hell these ever were. And then you got this. I gotta zoom in on this. For whatever reason, when you click on stuff in another city, it zooms out. But yeah, and then this one is 14.5. And I think all these guys selling these Elantes, I don't think they ever get any of these prices. But yeah, O2 Blazer 4x4. Better put it on. Yeah. I sold one of those once. I had an 03 or 04 that I bought as a flip. It had been wrecked. That was the most money I ever made on a flip, actually. Only one dent from the one time I got drunk and hit a tree down a trail. Proven never breaks down. Is it a 4.3 or is it a? I'm assuming it's a 4.3. Yeah, if you had the 4x4, I'm sure you had the 4.3. 4.3's fine. 4.3s are fine. They're not like incredibly powerful feeling, but they're very solid. Like, you can't kill them, that's for sure. I mean, they're all iron construction. I don't think they're very high compression. Yeah, 4.3s, I don't really think there's a whole lot you can do to piss them off. Yeah, oil change once a decade. It's like my riding mower. Like I've proven the strength of the Kohler 1999 riding mower engine because I've run it completely dry on oil numerous times for extended periods and nothing bad has happened yet. Back in Braves country. What? I'm in Cobb County. So, I'm truly in Braves country. 1998 Ford F-150. This is cash. This is $1,500. Check this out though. Was a daily driver. I had purchased a remanufactured motor for the vehicle, purchased all the new parts roughly 3 years ago. Motor runs, has a major loss in power with white smoke out the exhaust. It's an 8-cylinder. What 8-cylinder did Ford have at this time? Was this a 5.4? Like, I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know Fords. Yes, that's Triton V8. So I assume that was a 5.4 in what, 1998? Potentially cracked blocker head gasket. Don't have the time or ability to determine the main culprit. This is a very reliable truck. The entire coolant system was replaced in November, but the column problem persisted. Once the issue is resolved, I have no doubt this will be great. So there you go. Yeah, the 5.4 was a, yeah, it's an overhead cam engine. So it's not like a small block Chevy where the head gasket is just like, you know, just pop it off and put a new one on. It's going to take you at least 3 Dragon Force songs to get through that head gasket on a 5.4 Triton. 2040 Turbo Wagon. Daily driver, but not exciting. I have too many other cars. This is your, oh, check it out, man. Look at this Volvo enthusiast right here. This guy's got every flavor ever made. He's got the 240. He's got the 940. He's got another 240 and another 240 and a Saab. A Saab, which is everybody's favorite Volvo. And the interior is, you know, it's price appropriate, put it that way. If the 2-wheel drive works, it's worth it. Yes. Yes. If the whole 2-wheel drive works, it's worth it. Check engine light came on yesterday. After I listed it for 4,000, so now it's 2,500. I've got 10,000 into the damn thing and I'm done. No more 700, 900 going back to my 240s. You know what? I've never been a European car person, but I've known a few Volvo people in my life. That's not the first time I've heard that. Has third row facing seat, makes funny noises, has for a long time. Had rebuilt head installed a month ago. New mass air sensor, oxygen sensor, water pump, motor mounts, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I've always heard the 240 was like the better of like, I've always heard, and the thing is, if you like look at Volvo history, they made the whole like 700, 900 series to replace the 240. Like the 240 was supposed to be the old model and the 700, 900 was supposed to be like the next generation of that same basic vehicle. But they wound up selling them, the two, like alongside each other for a decade plus, just because the truth is like the 240 was just the better vehicle. And among people that like the 700, 900 series, I've heard people prefer the 4-cylinder over the 5-cylinder or 6-cylinder, whatever the 960 was, because it was supposedly a better engine. Talk the dude down to 500 and a 30 rack on the Volvo wagon, straight for in that Volvo. That's an easy, yeah. I guess. I mean, yeah, it's a 940, so yes, it's a 4-cylinder. A 940 is a 4-cylinder. But yeah, apparently, like, I mean, the guy doesn't really know what's wrong with it, you know, because he's like, yeah, check engine light came on yesterday. It's not a whole ton of like information about this. Lincoln Mark, whatever that is, 4, I guess. Mustang Cobra. I worked with a guy who had one of these once. That guy had a lot of cars. Among them, one of those. Yeah, you want to see the Lincoln? Immaculate, rust-free. It's in Marietta. It's in Marietta, which is where I live. So I could theoretically buy this today, although I can't say that I'm going. Yeah, so I like the Mark 4s and I like the Mark 5s, as well as the Mark 3s. Among them, honestly, the Mark 4s might be about the best. Garage kept, well kept, finished in original triple white, original paint's good. Car starts immediately every time, idles well, runs well, does not smoke, performs well. The car has small exhaust manifold leak. Headlights are open and closed with ease. Engine compartment's nicely detailed. I'm familiar with Craigslist scams. Put a 350 in it. I don't know about that. What was the Ford engine that they put in these? Was it like a 360 or a 460 or? It's really clean. Oh man, look at that 8-track. Look at that 8-track with a Kenny Rogers greatest hits on it. Oh, by the way, dude, the auto moderator held a message because you used the MF word. So, yeah, asking $1,200, 12,000 too much. It was a Ford 5.9. So 5.9 is a 360. You're good. I don't care. I'm just saying, like, if you want your messages to go through, like, I'm the last person in the world who cares. Trust me. Yeah, it says no, man, I feel like that air cleaner says 460 on it, which a 5.9 would be a 360. I'm pretty sure like this could easily be solved by just like checking Wikipedia right now, but we're definitely not going to do that. I feel like that says 464V, which I don't know. Does that mean 4-valve? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, these are really neat. Like me and my cousin one time, like a year or two ago, went through a phase where we were like binging YouTube videos about the Lincoln Mark III, 4, and 5. My cousin is not as much of a fan of the Mark V. Like he thinks that's kind of when they got a little bit out of hand with like the 70s-ness. I'll say that I don't like the Mark V as much as like the 3 and 4. Yeah, look at that dual exhaust all the way up and down it. But these supposedly are incredibly smooth cars, like no joke. Yeah, do you actually have like rust in Washington State? I kind of thought that they didn't have rust up there, but I don't really know. 2000 Monte Carlo. It's minor wreckage, but that's a flip. $1,500 in South Fulton. 200,000 miles. New headlights and taillights, alarm with remote start, front end kit in the box, interior carpet in the box. He's got a lot of stuff in boxes. It's ready for you. It's ready for you to just have yourself a challenge on a Saturday morning. But small electrical problem, which is killing the battery. Yeah, I don't know about that. Minor dent in the left fender. Need to clear out space in driveway. We're on a new project. Yeah, this has too much going on. It's got too many parts that need to be installed. The inside is in nasty shape. And also you've got like the dash is torn apart, like the panel under the steering column is removed, and then you've got like a switch dangling out. That kind of shit always scares me. The steering wheel, like the rim of the steering wheel is like chewed down through the rim material down to like the inner solid part of the steering wheel. That's kind of scary. Tires are good on it. Also, then you've got wires coming out of the passenger side dashboard too. Oh, and look at the trim around the key cylinder is all popped off and missing. Yeah, that's not scary. Oh, and then of course because it's 2000s GM, the driver's door panel is coming apart. Yeah. And then it's wrecked in the front. Like that's really just the cherry on top. Oh yeah, Groton. Are you a Navy person? If you're in Groton, Connecticut? Yeah, no, I thought you said you were in like Washington State. Oh yeah, were you a Navy nuke? Yeah, I've done the hubs on a late model W body. They're not bad because they're sealed units. You just pop them off and pop new ones back on. Yeah, I'm a nuclear power plant guy. I was not in the Navy. I went to nuclear engineering school, but I've always worked in nuclear power plants. I was an operator, yeah, I've worked with a lot of Navy people. I've worked with a lot of them. But yeah, you were a conventional guy, I guess. 1997 Ford F-150, $4,200. So 351 Windsor, track lock differential. He wants $300 extra for the camper shell. Yeah, get an engineering degree. Work at a power plant. Job market's good right now. Yeah, the 90s Fords. Here's the thing about these is I don't dislike these, but I will take an OBS Chevy over one any day. Personally. I've always had kind of a soft spot for the OBS. That being said, this doesn't look like a bad deal because even though it's rear-wheel drive, you have a traction lock differential, which I don't know if that means it's limited slip or it's an actual locking thing. I think track lock just means it's limited slip. I don't think this is a bad price. $145 on it. It's in Jonesboro. No, I agree with that. I agree. I like the 80s Fords better than the 90s ones. Oh man, talk about Volvo day. $6,800 for the low price in Douglasville. Look at this one. Check this one out. You got the front bumper is faded. The hubcaps are from Pep Boys. The rear bumper is faded. The paint does not look great. Beautiful 91 Volvo 750 sedan. They didn't make a 750. 117 on it, fresh tune-up, power windows, manual sunroof, leather seats, well-maintained with low miles. It does have low miles. I will give him that. Bought for a daily driver to keep miles off my pickup, but I love to drive it, but I want something that's a little bit better with fuel economy. It's a 4-cylinder Volvo! Just say the car is a piece of shit and you don't want it. Like, what do you mean you bought a 4-cylinder Volvo to daily, but you want something with better fuel economy? Like, it's not going to get that much better. Another 350 candidate? I guess, man. Like, I don't know. Like, is there really, like, the thing is, a 351 Windsor is a good enough engine. I would probably just ride it till it blows, you know? 81 Gremlin. Yeah, for $1,200. Throwing an Iron Duke in it. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, low miles because of the 30 years that this thing has been on the road, 7 of them have been operational. 97 Chevy with utility bed, $3,600, 198 on it. What engine is in this? It's got a 4L80E crate, but like that's a transmission. Why is he saying 4L80E crate engine replaced? I guess he's saying it has a 4L80E, and he's saying the crate engine was replaced. But like, what engine is that? I can't tell. I can't even tell. That could be a 4.3 for all I can tell, to be honest. Maybe I should be able to tell if that's a V8 or a V6, but I can't from that picture. And he's not going to say. I do not. No, I've never raced cars. I've never raced cars. I've thought over the years about getting an autocross, but I never have. I've raced go-karts a little bit. I never had my own go-kart, but I've raced them a little bit. It's fun. 2000 Dodge Ram, $1,500 or $1,500 Laramie 360, 5950 in Conyers. Runs great, shifts great, sounds great. This isn't bad. The paint's faded. It's kind of a lot of money. These are decent. These are decent trucks. Yeah, that's the thing with that as a hobby. Like, the thing is with cars as a hobby is they can be kind of a shitty hobby, honestly, because as soon as you start getting into cars, it's a lot of time and a lot of headache and a lot of money, no matter what. Really, you think the 360 is a bad motor? What about the 318? Because, like, I feel like the 318 is a pretty respected motor, and like I always thought the 360 was basically just like a bigger 318. Like it's an old design. It's push rod. This is, wait a minute, $4,800. What are we looking at? 275. The paint shot. It's ugly. It doesn't even have hubcaps. It's got cigarette burns on the front seats. 48 for this, man. Yeah, you know what? I'm not a Mopar fan. However, I will make like a slight exception for certain years and generations of the trucks. $4,800. Oh yeah, this is the most car for the money that you're gonna find on Craigslist. I love these. 2002 Lincoln Town Car. You know what? It's the economy and its prices, but it's also just like people. I mean, here's the thing about Craigslist and cars is it's like a bell curve, right? You know, some cars are going to be like unusually good deals where the person really doesn't know or appreciate what they have, and some are going to be unusually bad. And every day, if you look at 100 cars, there's going to be one or two that's like a legitimately good deal. And there's going to be a couple that it's like, dude, what are you smoking? But this has got 196 on it, 8-cylinder rear-wheel drive. Of course, it's 8-cylinder rear-wheel drive. Like I know what this is. But it's one owner, sure, clean title, current emissions. It's always been in Georgia, and everything's original. It's in good conditions. That Lincoln has 20K more in it. I think it's got more than that. I think it's got more than that. I like Panther bodies. It's hard to make an argument to drive one because they're just like, they've become socially unacceptable is the issue. This is in Union City. This is rough. It's a 2500. It's a 4x4. It's a 4-door. Is this a crew cab? Yeah, it's a full crew cab. And it's kind of rough looking. 2017 4Runner, 35K on it. 05 Cadillac DeVille. Oh man, another Volvo. Yeah, this has actually been for sale on here for some time. So this is a 4-speed manual, and I honestly I don't know how this is not sold yet because I saw this on here like at least a few weeks ago. And I just thought that I thought a hipster would have like come and scooped this thing up by now. I mean, these have very high levels of Radwood cred. I think that this is like a dirty auction deal basically, but I mean, shit, it's still got the original window sticker. You're talking an 86 Volvo 240 with a manual in good condition, and it's the velour edition. It says right. Oh yeah, man, like freaking Volvos are, yes, box Volvos. Yeah. Yes, these have, yeah, people like these. I think. I mean, shit, I don't know. But yeah.